is some vicious knife, huh?
I take it you've seen it.
I've seen it. It's a fishing knife. You use it to fillet fish.
Among other things, yeah.
Well, the knife definitely ain't used for slicing bread, because a dude who is apt to deal ain't no baker.
You know, a professional killer will normally use a gun with a silencer or even a hunting knife. Cool, detached. But using a knife like that does that kind of damage. Now, I'm afraid that the man who's after your father is someone who likes his work way too much.
Well, we got 124 employees of WMON and 124 prospective suspects. You got any suggestions?
Let's forget motive. Let's stick with the crime itself. Who could have done it?
Well, let's see. Nicole was killed with poison from the makeup. I'll start with the makeup lady, Lydia Houghton.
Yeah, well, she's the only person who got a rash from contact with the poison.
Yeah, caught red-handed.
You've been saving that, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, there's no motive, but it's still very suspicious.
No, she's given us some pretty straightforward answers. Let's change the questions.
Hey, Wally, doing a little exercise? Man, don't throw your back out.
I'm looking for something, Gunther. What do you want?
Was there something important? What'd you lose?
My cushion. This chair feels like a cement bucket.
No kidding?
Yeah, I mean, it was here a few minutes ago. Now I don't know what happened to it.
Wait, let me get this straight. Now, you were sitting on top of your cushion. You left the office for a couple of minutes, and when you got back, it was gone?
Yeah, that's right. How'd you know that?
Well, listen, it's not because I stole your damn cushion, but same thing happened to me. I lost my breakfast. I mean, I didn't lose it because I was only gone for a couple of seconds.
So what's going on?
I don't know, but I'd sure like to find out what it is.
What the hell do you want?
Equal time?
No. Why don't you just get out of my office?
Oh, no, Mr. Nevins. It's time that we had a little talk.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by new Bowl 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener, now with more fabric softener freshness, and by Safeguard Deodorant Soap. People like Safeguard so much it's always the smallest soap in the house.
Just because I rode away for a free bar of Safeguard doesn't mean everyone else can use it.
Give me a break, Dad. One try and I was hooked on the lather. Anyway, it's a free bar.
Yeah, why should you be the only one who gets all that Safeguard deodorant soap protection? I tried it. I liked it. I need it.
And don't forget, the fresh scent.
Well, what about these soaps you paid good money for?
They just don't have that combination of rich lather and great protection like Safeguard does. Here, it's a little small.
Better a small Safeguard than no Safeguard.
See for free how great Safeguard is. Write free Safeguard, Post Office Box 8000, Clinton, Iowa, for a bat-sized bar coupon. Then watch Safeguard become the smallest soap in your house.
Oh, one more stretch and I'll drop.
Beauty knows no pain. Here.
What'd you do to this towel?
Just washed it. What?
It smells so fresh. What'd you use?
Something new.
A liquid softener?
Nope.
A tossing sheet? Come on, everybody knows only a fabric softener gets towel soft and fresh. So what'd you add?
I didn't add anything.
New Bowl 3 did. We added more fabric softener freshness. So now you get cleaning, softening, and static control. Plus more fabric softener freshness, all in one box.
New Bold 3. I thought you were pulling my leg.
That's why we do aerobics.
Oh, very fun.
New Bowl 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener, now with more fabric softener freshness.
Okay, can I have your attention, please? Gunther,
Thank you. I know, it's hot and cramped in here. But before we go on stage for our first rehearsal, I want to say a few things. First, I'm Gavin Wiley, your director.
All right.
Now, I know I won't always be right. Just pretend that I am. Putting on a play is a team effort. We'll be spending a lot of time together, and we will be working very closely together. But slowly, sometimes it seems like forever, the chaos that you see these first few days will disappear, and what's left over will be a play called Some Hidden Thunder. It's going to be a hell of a show, and that's what we're here for, isn't it? So let's rehearse.
Okay.
Money.
Gunther,
Hey, I got a little producer.
You know, I've heard of reporters who'd break down a door to get the story, but I've never met one.
What are you talking about?
Walter Gant's office.
Oh, so that's what this is all about.
Do you have your trusty little screwdriver with you?
How did you find out about that?
Little bird told us.
Uh-huh. Well, you two aren't fooling me. The only reason why you're coming after me is because I broke that news story about you.
We saw you break into Walter Gantz's office. Would you like us to tell the police?
No, it could be a trifle awkward. All right, I was at Gantz's office, but it's not what you're thinking.
And what are we thinking?
All I was trying to do was protect a source of mine.
By breaking and entering, huh?
Well, look, Stan Hathaway told me that Geraldine had Gantz follow me one day when I went to meet my source. I had to make sure that Gantz did not find out who my source was.
It's a pretty dangerous way of satisfying your curiosity.
Well, my primary concern is to keep his identity hidden. I mean, once my guy finds out he's being tailed, he could disappear.
And there go all your exclusives.
I do not have to answer to you.
This contact of Mr. Nevins must be quite a valuable man. I wonder if this source walks with a limp.
Let's see. Go on.
Yeah?
Detectives Stoner and Egan, Monticello Police. Is there, Lydia Hooten here?
My wife, but she isn't in.
Will she be long? We can wait.
Sure, if you want. Should be back in a few minutes. Come on in. I'll turn off the TV.
I've got a confession to make. I've always loved the freshness of Tic Tac. But when Sugar Freeze came along, I figured I'd give up some of that freshness to get fewer calories. Know what? I was wrong. Sugar-free mints aren't lower in calories. They have 7, even 9 calories per mint. And a Tic Tac has just 1.5. So I'm staying with Tic Tac. Because to get fewer calories, I don't have to give up taste or freshness or nothing. Tic Tac, the 1.5 calorie breath mint.
You know it's down there. That last piece of streusel swirl cake with that tempting swirl of flavor. You can almost taste it. Your fork breaking into the crumbly topping, digging past the moist cake, and finally reaching that uniquely delicious swirl, running all the way through to the last luscious bite.
The freshest ideas are baking.
Streusel swirl, now at Dutch apple and pecan.
Baking at Pillsbury.
Mr. Hooten, do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Only Mr. Hooten I ever knew was my dad. It's Larry, after my uncle. You can ask any questions you want. Just the facts, ma'am, right?
Right. Larry, what do you do for a living?
I'm a trucker. I long-haul semis. You know what? Drive freight across country.
You mean like an 18-wheeler?
Only way to go. You're here about the murder at the studio.
What can you tell us about it?
Only what Lydia told me. She was pretty broken up about it. She and Nicole were the best of friends. Not to gab over the phone or anything like that. They were just good work buddies. It really hurt her.
Did you know Nicole?
About enough to say hello to. Met her once or twice at a couple of parties, that's all. She seemed all right.
What about Peter Nevins?
Oh, wouldn't care to meet him, not even if I did have the chance.
Yeah, why is that?
Don't like the type much. It's a bit oily, if you ask me. Now, Huntley and Brinkley, they were two sharp fellas.
Did you know Walter Gantz?
He work out at the studio? I don't think so. I knew a Jimmy Gantz once, over at the Plymouth truck stop. He died a while back. I don't think he had any kin.
Look, you know anything about a shack on Usher Road?
Usher Road? That near the highway?
Right.
Sorry. Been over that highway dozens of times, never went down Usher.
You ever handle chemicals, Larry?
Oh, sure. How you think I got this bum leg? Worked out at a place where they sold chlorine for clothing detergent. Used to stack bottles and bottles of the stuff. A ton of it fell on my leg. Broke it in 3 places. Never been the same after. Which reminds me.
What?
When I busted up my leg, the company paid for all the doctors, gave me some money to help tide me over. But Lydia, she got this poison stuff all over her fingers. They're talking deductibles and stuff like that. What do you think that means?
Got me, pal.
I knew it was you. Now put it down, okay?
What do you want now, man?
All right, just see what this is.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Russian defense plans.
You know, if you're gonna steal something, I think you ought to be a man enough to admit it.
Yeah, well, I'm getting sick and tired of you calling me a thief every time your lunch is missing.
It was my breakfast. And this time it's Wiley's cushion.
And what the hell are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. A little cushion you put on the chair when the seat's hard.
What the hell do I need a cushion for, Gunther? I ain't sat down since I started this lousy job.
What makes you think my source has a limp?
He does, doesn't he?
If he did, I certainly wouldn't tell you about it.
See, Gantz only had 2 cases. One of them was finding our money. The other was following you.
We were with him when he was on you.
A stakeout on Usher Road. But of course, you never heard of the place, huh?
No.
We saw 2 people there that night.
And one of them limped.
And the other one?
Had to be you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can never go on the air with an unsubstantiated story like that.
It was dark, but we saw you.
Prove it. Look, maybe I was Gantz's only other case, but it ever occurred to you that he might have been following up some other lead? And those people you saw, they could have been friends of friends, witnesses, who knows what. You'd make terrible reporters jumping to conclusions like that.
All right, Evans. You can stonewall us if you want. That's okay. And you can tell the police why you broke into Walter Gantz's office.
Yeah.
Perino's, the world-famous Los Angeles restaurant, where just reading the menu is a delight. Tonight, we're secretly replacing the fine coffee they usually serve here with dark, sparkling Folgers crystals. Let's watch.
Coffee's fantastic.
Tastes rich.
It just has a rich taste.
It's Folgers crystals.
I don't believe it. Folgers crystals. I'm going to go to the market and buy it.
This is neat stuff.
Folgers crystals, coffee rich enough to be served in America's finest restaurants.
Surprise! Hi, kids. You just missed supper.
But you're in time for dessert.
Did you marry me just for my mama's blue ribbon cooking? You mean my Crisco cooking. Now take that lime chiffon pie. It's Crisco that makes the crust so flaky, even on the bottom. And that's what makes Crisco pies taste so good.
And son, you'll never taste anything better than your grandma's Crisco cooking.
Unless he marries the Crisco cook, right? Look for my Crisco recipes in your Crisco cookbook. Crisco will do you proud every time.
Grandma, you make pork chops just like my mommy.
We end up with the same yucky grease.
My mommy uses Dawn.
Can Dawn handle this mess?
My mommy loves it.
Dawn breaks up grease, takes it away, helps keep it away, so even that last forgotten glass looks clean.
Glass doesn't feel greasy, and neither do my hands. Your mommy's right about Dawn.
My mommy's right about everything.
Oh.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
I'm positive that the knife that was used to cut up Preacher's apartment is the same one that was used to kill E.J. Pond.
Yeah, these markings are identical, all right.
Nice work, Doc. Preacher say who the guy was?
Well, he said he was the same man who'd been following Jody. Do you know who that is?
Afraid not. As a matter of fact, the only thing we know about him is that he's from out of town.
And he's a very hard man to locate.
Look, did Preacher say how long ago this happened?
Well, I didn't ask him. I didn't want to scare him off by asking any more questions. He and I are just beginning to trust each other, you know?
Did he ever mention the name Sully?
No.
Harlan Sullivan.
No.
He and Dell did hard time together.
Yeah, we're waiting on Sullivan's file now. We're hoping it'll give us a lead on the man with the knife.
Yeah, and his connection to Jake Venefra. And there must be one, otherwise why kill E.J. Pond?
Well, I'll leave you to it then. Sounds like it could get very complicated.
I'm afraid it already is.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Miles, for your help.
Sure.
Something else?
Well, about Nicole.
Oh. Yeah, well, it's been kind of rough going, Miles. But look, the chief and all of us are doing everything we can.
I understand.
Thanks.
Sure.
Oh, man. Well, at least I had all my lines memorized.
Oh, don't worry. You were fine. Me, on the other hand, I was not there.
Oh, you were so prepared.
Oh, please.
Who are you trying to impress out there? Asking all those questions about subtext, character motivation, line intention.
Enough. If I think about this play anymore, my head will fall off.
Ah, you're right. The rehearsal is over. That's a nice bunch of people. You seem to know them very well. Gavin, Nancy, Mitzi, the technical director.
Preacher?
Yeah. I take it by that smile of yours that he's a real close friend, huh?
I could say that.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, he seems like a okay kind of a guy.
Well, I'm glad you approve. So how about you? Is there any big romance in your life?
Oh, that's,
Don't let me interrupt. Just gonna make a call and then I'll be gone. No, help yourself. Only take a minute. Oh, right here now.
Mike? Honey, I'm at the theater, and things are running later than I expected, and Gavin and I still have to... Well, I know that, but Yeah. Bye.
So, where were we?
We were...
It's driving me crazy. He's chasing me around, telling me I have to get a feel for the part. He has to get a feel for the part. Who?
There you are.
Stay away from me. I'm warning you.
Excuse me?
Maybe it's just as well that I don't know anybody here. This isn't a theater, it's a zoo.
Same thing.
Well, this place is really heating up. Gunther just ran the ladies' room.
But it was an accident, right?
Yeah. Listen, you're ready to split up. We'll card.
Oh, great. I'm beat.
Say, Gillette, you want a party or something, man?
Oh, no, I've got a lot of work to do on this right here. Thanks.
Okay, good night.
Tomorrow.
Barry, did you see Nancy?
Yeah, she was here a minute ago. I don't know where she went.
Oh, it's okay. I'm sure she'll be back soon. You all right out there?
Oh, well, thanks to Jody saving my act.
Hey, don't get down on yourself, man. You're good.
Now, Jody is good.
Yeah, she is.
I just opened an old wound.
No, long closed. But that's the second time you asked me that. I don't need a shoulder to cry on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know many people here. I guess I've just been pushing this a little too strong.
No problem.
Oh, okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Right.
Let me get in the door. So you never did tell me what happened when Miles came by here.
We talked. We exchanged stock market tips.
Oh, so does that mean everything went all right then?
Yeah, and you know what? Miles said he could prove that the dude that cut up my apartment is the same dude that killed E.J. Pond.
Well, that gets Dell off the hook.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Well, that's great. And the whole time you and Miles didn't fight?
No, we ate chicken. I tell you what, the man is chilled right out.
Unlike you.
No, I'm still, Tiger.
Okay. Let's have it. What's wrong?
Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you kissed that dude you let in the play?
Ah! I knew it! I've been waiting for you to ask me this. That bothers you, right?
No, I'm not jealous. I mean, the dude is old enough to be your old man, right?
He is not. Anyway, the question is, you still want to know if, I enjoy it when I kiss him.
Well, yeah.
Oh, preacher. I kiss him because it's in the script.
Oh, right, because it's in the script.
Mm-hmm. And when I do, I close my eyes. I lie back and pretend that I'm kissing.
This isn't just a commercial, this is the plain truth. And I'm not just a spokesperson, I'm a believer. Because this isn't just a snack, it's nacho cheese Doritos. And it's not just nacho cheese, it's 3 kinds of cheese. And it's not just 3 kinds of cheese, it's corn, tomato, onions, and spices. And it's not just corn, tomato, onions, and spices, it's my favorite. And it's not just my favorite, it's the whole country's favorite. Because it's not just a snack, it's Doritos. And this isn't just the end of my Doritos, this is the end of my commercial.
Since 1974, chicken is up 24%.
That's for the birds.
Fish, 84%.
That's a lot of clams.
Hamburger, 64%. In today's economy, you need the strength of Ziploc freezer bags. With their unique seal, Ziploc freezer bags are a zip to lock, and they stay locked for the best protection against freezer burn. Pork chops are up 36%. Even if they're pork chops. Ziploc freezer bags. There's no better way to protect your investment.
Loving is friends and lovers.
Mike, I want to be your friend.
Loving is friends and enemies. Loving is friends and family. Loving, a new daytime drama. Weekdays.
They did what? With the bird? Yeah, and then they took... Okay, I'm beginning to get the picture, Mr. Edison. Thank you. We'll be in touch. Wow. That certainly confirms it. Detective Egan, please show them in.
My pleasure.
Thanks for seeing us.
All right, we have everything but the smoking gun. We saw Peter Nevins break into Walter Gantz's office.
Really?
He doesn't believe us.
Let's just say we have a different version of the same story.
Unabridged.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Peter Nevins called about 15 minutes ago. He says you're out to get him because of the story he did on you.
Wait a minute. Speak to the janitor of the building. He was there. He can tell you. He saw everything.
Mr. Edison just did. He told us he saw Nevins in the hall.
See?
Standing in the hall is not a crime. However, the two of you were seen exiting a room that was supposed to be locked. Now, in Monticello, that is called breaking and entering.
You broke into Walter's office, too, didn't you?
Wait a minute. What's going on here? We're on your side. It was Nevins who... You beat us to it.
What?
Nevins. See, we told him that we saw him at the office, which means that we were there, too, which made it very easy for him to say that
the police seal was broken when he got there, which makes you two look pretty guilty from where I sit.
I don't believe this.
You know, B&E can get you 5 years.
You can't threaten my husband.
5 years each.
Oh, yeah? Prove it.
Fingerprints all over the office. Janitor was an eyewitness, and you've admitted being on the scene.
Besides that,
interfering with 2 police investigations, Gance's murder and Nicole's, as well as harassment. This is the 2nd time you've gone after Nevins, and he is beginning to complain.
Plus, bird napping.
since when is that a crime?
You can have the bird back.
Keep it. You can be the bird couple of Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah? Well, I meant what I said about your hair.
So you're going to arrest us?
No, I realize what I've got on my hands are not burglars, but amateur detectives. Now, if I recall what I learned from TV, you amateur detectives are supposed to get another chance. Well, you have used up all your chances. Now, I want you two to stop this detective routine. This is a warning. Do you hear me?
Like a broken record.
Mrs. Whitney?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, will you both just get the hell out of here?
End of round 1.
Those two are going to get themselves killed, and there isn't a damn thing we're going to be able to do about it.
Delicious. Look what happens when Swift wraps the finest white meat chicken around the most delectable fillings in the world. You get the Swift International Entree, an incredibly delicious Swift International Entree dinner. Swift wraps fine white meat chicken around the world's most delicious fillings. So all you need is an oven, 30 minutes, and a taste for finer things. The Swift International Entree. Something this good shouldn't be so easy.
虫刺されに抗体いるんですか?
Cord-aid. Cord-aid for minor itches and rashes.
Jag behöver Cord-aid, tack.
Oh, Cord-aid. Cord-aid for eczema and insect bites.
Deme Cord-aid porque mis alhajas me irritan la piel.
Cord-aid is the non-prescription medication recommended most often by more doctors for the relief of minor itches and rashes.
I have a touch of poison ivy. Do you have Cord-aid?
Cord-aid, all you need for the relief of minor itches and rashes.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow, all the news and the weekend weather, plus Ronnie Millsap. Next week, Kirk Douglas, Suzanne Summers, Roger Moore, and Dynasty's Linda Evans with exercise and beauty tips on Good Morning America.
Tonight at 8/7 Central and Mountain, a nation's faith challenges the might of an empire in Part 3 of an ABC special presentation of Masada. Then a new fingerprinting technology that will put the finger on more criminals, and important advances in the war against cancer. Plus, a visit with comedian Joan Rivers on 2020. Tonight on ABC.
Tonight, are we close to a cure for cancer? I'll get the answer from a leading cancer specialist.
Plus, you'll watch as detectives use a revolutionary way of obtaining fingerprints to catch their man.
And the outrageous but serious world of Joan Rivers.
Can we talk about the Queen of England?
On 2020 tonight.
Hey, what's the big attraction?
I don't know, but everybody's dying to get in.
Raid roach traps kill tough roaches dead.
Good afternoon, I'm Ernie Anastas. Coming up today on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, John Lindsay Jr. pleads to charges of selling cocaine. We'll have the full report. And live from Los Angeles, we'll have the very latest in the Vicki Morgan sex tape scandal. We'll also have this for you.
A lot of people talk to the animals, but the Russians claim the animals are talking back. Somebody's not playing with a full deck. I'm Mark Haynes. I'll have that story.
And the premiere party for Staying Alive and Tom Jones today coming up with gossip.